So, good morning to one and all. Today we have discussed the third concept, that is the load balancing concept. In the first concept is very simple. We have whatever the force acting on the beam and its action. That means, for example, axial force, there is a development of axial stresses. Bending moment, that is the transfer force, develop the moment, and moment, due to moment the bending stresses are developed. And because of the eccentric pre-stressing, there is another moment developed due to the eccentricity of pre-stressing. This is the total combination of the first concept. That means the addition of stresses due to bending moment, due to pre-stressing, due to eccentricity. In second concept, it is similar to the RCC. In RCC, we have considered compressive force taken by concrete and steel taken by the tension. Here also we have considered, in the second concept, we have considered the tendons, which is means for the developing the compressive stress in concrete, consider as a steel, and the second compressive force taken in the concrete. This will be balanced, and the similar to this, we can say that whatever the moment of resistance offered, it will be resisted by the external bending moment. Now, in the third concept, that is called as the load balancing concept, which was developed by T.Y. Lean, in which flexural member is transformed into a member under direct load or direct stress. That means we can nullify the bending stresses, or stresses developed due to the bending moment can be zero. This is possible because of this concept, that is the load balancing concept. This concept is to visualize pre-stressing primarily as an attempt to balance the load on the member. The effect of pre-stressing is viewed as the balancing of the gravity load, so that member under bending such as beam, slab, girder will not be subjected to flexural stresses under a given loading condition. It is useful in selecting the tendon profile which can supply the most desirable system of the forces in concrete. Cable profile in a pre-stressed member is corresponding to the shape of the bending moment due to the external load. Now, this is the beauty of the load balancing concept. Using the load balancing concept, definitely you can find out the stresses. First concept is to find out the stresses. Second concept used to find out the thrust, or we can say that the pressure line. Third concept is also used to find out the stresses. Also, apart from this, the beauty of this load balancing concept, we can trace, or we can find the cable profile. How to cable profile depending on the different types of load, we can judge using this third concept, that is the load balancing concept. Now, here it is observed that if there is a UDL, uniformly distributed load, over a simply supported beam, and this cable is parabolic, and because of this parabolic cable, it will develop the upward force or pressure due to the cable profile, and it balances the external load. This is the simple concept, and the cable profile is similar to the bending moment, of course in the opposite direction, but the cable profile is second degree parabola. In case of say beam subjected to point load, the bending moment diagram is triangular, so cable profile also triangular. Now, this is the bent tendon or parabolic cable profile. Because of the parabolic cable profile, it applies the load in reverse direction to the external load or self weight, and this load will be find out using the equation of parabola, and or we can say that the simple, we know the bending moment. Bending moment is equal to WL square divided by 8. What is W? Is the load. Here W is eliminated by WC. WC is the load, or WP. It may be WP or it may be WC, load due to the parabolic profile, or we can say that pre-stressing force. P is the pre-stressing force. H is the, we can say that sag of the, or here E, sag of the tendon or cable profile, and L is the span. WL square by 8, you can take in reverse way, we get the WC, it is equal to 8 PH divided by L square. That is the upward UDL exerted due to the cable profile. Now, in the Load balancing concept, this is the truss calculation. Here this is the cross section. Again, in all these three cases, P by A is same. Rectangular section because axial load is there, and due to axial pre-stressing, we can say that this is related with the pre-stressing force, stress due to the pre-stressing force. And due to the load balancing concept, which eccentricity is not in picture, but there is a M dash. M dash is the net bending moment due to the external load acting on the beam and the load developed due to the cable profile. This will be balanced, that is the net load, that W dash, and because of W dash we get the M dash, that is the net bending moment divided by Z. So the resultant trace at the midspan or at any section, it is P by A plus M dash by Z, and at the bottom it is P by A minus M dash by Z. Now again, just we have just revised all these three concepts. First concept, sigma is equal to P by A plus minus PE divided by, of course it is minus plus, not plus minus, minus plus PE by Z plus minus M by Z. This is the stress concept. Now in strain concept, instead of E we have considered E dash. What is E dash? E dash is the eccentricity of the resultant compressive force with reference to the CG or neutral axis. So P by A plus minus P E dash divided by Z, that is the strain concept. And in load balancing concept, P by A, see P by A is same, only change due to the stresses due to the moment, bending moment. Here we have considered due to the bending moment due to external load. Here we have considered the moment due to the resultant compressive force developed. That's why it is P E dash. And in load balancing, we have considered the balancing the load. That's why P by A plus minus M dash divided by Z. What is M dash? M dash is the net bending moment due considering the effect of the load WP from downward direction and the load from the upward direction due to external load, that is the transverse load. Okay. Now this is the, because of this concept, load balancing concept, we can say that W, say point load is there, neglect the self weight of the beam. We know that what is the bending moment diagram? Bending moment diagram is triangular, and that's why the cable profile is also triangular. Load is acting here, W is equal to WP, then bending stress is 0, and the resultant stress is just because of the pre-stressing force divided by cross sectional area, that is P by A. So this is the load balancing concept. If there are 2-point load, this is the trapezoidal cable profile. At this point there is a development of the WP and there is a development of the another WP in opposite direction of W, and definitely if you draw the bending moment diagram for this beam, simply supported beam subjected to 2-point load, bending moment diagram is trapezoidal. If W is different, then this is again different, it is not at the same level. So using this concept, if the load is UDL, here the load is UDL, in that case the cable profile is parabolic, and from this we are getting W is equal to WP, that means load balancing, that means this W must be equal to WP when it is possible, if we get the WP is equal to 4PE divided by L, and from this we get the value of E, that means the location of the, where we provide the exact location of the cable, that will be possible using this concept. E is the camber. Camber means we can say that the deflection, and that's why due to point load, what is the deflection? It is WL cube divided by 48 EI, and using this concept we get the value of E. If we put E, the value of P, span is there, we get the WP, or if we know the WP, we can find out the value of E. Similarly, for the 2-point load, WP is equal to PE divided by AL. This is also standard case, and E is equal to A. A means this distance is A. This distance is A, and total is L. So A in bracket 3 minus 4A square into WL cube divided by 24 EI. That is the deflection. And for the parabola, W is equal to WP. It is 8 PE divided by L square. And E is equal to 5 WL to the power 4 divided by 384 EI. This is the load balancing concept. Now just we have take one problem to solve the stresses. A pre-stressed concrete beam of rectangular cross section 300 by 500 mm is subjected to UDL of 100 kilonewton per meter over a span of 5 meter. If pressure force is applied through parabolic cable with P is equal to 1000 kilonewton, the tendon has a sag of 125 mm at mid span. Find the extreme fiber stresses by load balancing concept. Now, what is Z? BD square by 6. Area is the 300 by 500, and upward force on the concrete through tendon due to the tendon profile WP is equal to, parabolic tendon is there, that's why the formula is 8PH divided by L square. So pressure force is known to us, sag is also known to us, and the span is also known. We get the WP is equal to 40 kilonewton per meter. So W net is equal to, we can say that the external load UDL 100 kilonewton per meter minus WP, that is the UDL developed due to the cable profile. Say 100 minus 40, it is 60 kilonewton meter. So net bending moment or M dash is equal to W net into L square by 8. So 60 into square of 5 divided by 8, 187.50 kilonewton meter. So resultant stress at the mid span is equal to P by A plus minus M by Z. It is not related with the eccentricity. यहाँ पर eccentricity का कोई रोल नहीं है. So sigma is equal to P by A due to pressure force, and due to the net bending moment it is M by Z. So we get the sigma at top 21.67 MPa and sigma at the bottom it is minus 8.33 MPa. You can find out the stress using the strength concept as well as the simple stress concept. We get the same result. This is about the first problem. Same problem with the 100 mm eccentricity at the ends. If there is a 100 mm eccentricity at the end and 225 at the center. Again, cable profile is parabolic. 200 mm at the it is 225 at the midspan. Cable profile is parabolic. Sag with respect to the ends is equal to 225. This is 225 and this distance is 100, and that's why this net distance is 125 mm. So upward force on concrete through tendon is equal to, again we use the same formula, 8pH divided by L square. H is the sag, and here sag is related with this distance, not from the neutral axis. So it is 125 instead of 225. So we get the 40 kilonewton per meter, and W net is equal to 60 kilonewton per meter. Again repeat the same procedure. M is equal to, we get the same result because the span is same, load is 60 as similar to the previous problem, and resultant stress is equal to again 21.67 and minus 8.33. Now if we find out the resultant stress at the support, see sigma is equal to P by A minus plus P divided by Z, because M by Z is equal to 0. This is the first concept. What we get, sigma at top is equal to minus 1.33 and sigma at bottom is equal to 14.67. Thank you. Now the question is, due to the sag, due to this is 225 and this is 100. Because of this, at this end eccentricity is there. If eccentricity is not there, then it is P by A, but if eccentricity is there, there is a reverse movement, and so we can take the benefit of this. If this will be done generally in case of the continuous beam. In continuous beam we have provided the eccentricity positive, that means at the like this, then negative, then again positive, upward direction, bottom, and then again upward direction. If the beam is fixed, because the bending moment is there at the fixed support or continuous support, so load balancing concept itself indicate the maximum bending moment diagram in reverse form. This is the beauty of the third concept, that is the load balancing concept. Thank you very much. In the next lecture we have discussed the remaining problems related to the calculation of load, calculation of stressing force if stresses are known to you. Thank you very much.